Hello, everyone. My name is Ariel Jones, and thank you again for checking out my presentation for this week. My umbrella question that I looked at was, how do I view those I teach? And the specific question that I wanted to talk about today was, how do I keep my pride in check? My original question was actually looking more toward how do I keep my pride in check when helping and teaching others, but I did want to take a step back and focus more on pride itself because I felt that that was more the heart of the matter. And I had some really great insights from my discussion board this week, and somebody actually led me to the guide to the scriptures where it defines pride as a lack or absence of humility or teachableness. And I feel that that was incredibly ironic because earlier in this semester, we studied the roles of a teacher being both a learner and a teacher, that we're not only giving the information, but we're also taking the information in and continuing to learn ourselves. But pride in itself is the lack of teachableness, so that it's hindering the very thing that we're trying to do. Therefore, I feel it's imperative to understand how we can better keep it in check. And Ezra Taft Benson said that pride is essentially competitive in nature. We pit our will against God's. And trying to find our divine potential as teachers isn't going to be successful if we're constantly questioning, if we're constantly trying to put ourselves out there, make ourselves be the best of the best, and only focusing on that and not focusing instead on what our potential can be, what we're capable of doing, which is reaching out to others and becoming good educators for the school systems. In our reading, it talked about a simple concept that I feel probably really isn't that simple anymore. They talked about that everyone's entitled to a fair and proper education, that everyone has that basic right. And, nowadays that sometimes those needs get met, sometimes they don't. But I do feel a portion of that is very well pride, that sometimes teachers, pit themselves against each other, even in the same subjects. But it's okay if we do things in a different way. It's okay if we still have a ways to go in our learning, in our progression, because that's who we are. We're put on this earth to learn and to grow. And that doesn't stop just because, we get a teaching degree. We still need to learn. We still need to develop our skills. And Tyler McKinley posted that everyone obtains truth differently, and respecting people without belittlement or bigotry is key to helping them grow in the right direction. And I feel that that's one of the fundamental ways that we can help nip pride in the bud, especially for myself, since it is a very bad habit that I'm really trying to break out of. But I feel that treating one another and viewing other people, as brothers and sisters, as for what their potential can be, instead of just who they are, instead of what their background may be, that's what's going to help us build that compassion for one another. And that with that in mind, we can take out the pride, we can put in the humility, we can build one another up and not make it a competition, and really make it a wholesome environment that we can grow in as teachers, that our students will be able to grow in, and that we'll really be able to benefit and have that fair education that is beneficial to everybody. At the bottom, I just put some tips for stopping pride that really stood out for me after reading all the discussion boards and the reading assigned for this week. So I really hope that helps some of you guys out if you're dealing with pride like I sometimes am. Thanks so much for watching me.